Hey, Coach. Just wondering, how much do you attribute today to a team on the other end trying to stay alive, fighting for their season, and then on your account, on your team's account, just missed opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, I liked our effort. We lost another defenseman early. It's happened to us a lot this year, so you're leaning on other guys. A guy we rely on in Grizz, power play situations. We saw the effect of that. Obviously, they have a lot to play for. Every team does this time of year. That's still in the mix, so that certainly has something to do with it. But that we had a few breakdowns. They converted on them, Jimmy. I mean, we didn't give up a whole lot. The goals they scored can't fault Swayman. Pucks went through some of our D on those that you'd hope they'd be able to put out the fire on those and maybe finish a play at the other end, particularly on the power play, right? They got one we didn't. Some of the games we've won against them, special teams were the difference in our favor. Tonight it was in their favor.
Just to follow up, any update on Grizz?
Just upper body. He'll be day to day and see where he's at tomorrow. Obviously not good.
Kevin Dupont.
Butch, too, if I could. Swayman has a tendency, it looks to me, to be aggressive, to come out a little bit, and he might have been victimized by that today. What'd you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, his style is to be aggressive. It's worked well for him up to this point. They made a good play in the third goal in that regard. Again, we duplicated behind the net, Kevin, so that's where it starts for me. And then, they found the open guy. Philly's got some high-end skill. The other one, the 2-on-1, the power play goal of theirs, he's expecting the D to have the pass across. So he's challenging the shooter, so no issues there. And then the first one, I guess rebound control, would have to talk to goalie Bob. Is that legitimate on him? But again, a D was not boxing out or finding his check. So, I don't mind him being aggressive. He'll learn what he can get away with, what he can't. Other teams will maybe try to make the extra pass because of that going forward, and we'll see how it results. But again, I think he'll find his groove in that regard, and we'll just have to allow him the time to do that. Particularly if our other guys aren't ready.
And last for me, it seems Pasta's been quiet the last couple of games. Is it a fatigue issue with him, or?
Could be. He missed some time at the start. Probably been chasing it a little bit. Couple of COVID breaks probably doesn't help those guys that miss time. Seemed like a lot of pucks bounced off his stick today. That's been an issue. So is that just a bit of luck, or is it you're a little fatigued, so it translates to your hands? And we've moved them away from Bergen Marsh and hope to spark some more offense. I think it has in our lineup for other people, not necessarily Pasta, obviously. So, but I mean, that line will have to get going. I mean, they had a nice game against Pittsburgh, but we're going to need them to score or create offense at minimum to give us some momentum, if we're going to win hockey games going forward.
Thank you.
Chris Ryan, go ahead.
Hey, Butchie, you've had to lean on Zaboral and Lausanne a lot, and certainly a lot of that was anticipated. And at times you've called out their play a bit, and at times you've been very positive on their play. Is that just what's expected from young defensemen like themselves, or are you still hoping for a little bit more, perhaps, moving forward down the stretch?
Well, listen, I try to comment honestly on what I see in that particular game. I thought Zaboral today was moving the puck. He was assertive, trying to be involved offensively, getting the puck up to the forwards' hands. Losey had a bit of a tougher start. Took a bad penalty, undisciplined penalty. We talked about that. Younger guys are going to get flagged in this league. It happened to bleed the other night. Those hurt us. It's tough enough as it is. He's a guy we rely on to kill penalties. So the more he can stay out of the box, the better off, we're going to be in that regard as well. So at the end of the day, if Grizz is out, and Carlo's out, and McAvoy's out, and Miller needs to, a certain amount of maintenance, yes, we are leaning on them for a little bit more within reason. So I think it falls then on, okay, goaltenders understand that, and we need quality goaltending every night. I think we're getting that. Forwards, help in D-zone coverage, manage pucks so the guys aren't in our end for extended periods of time. I think for the most part, we did that tonight. We had some breakdowns. Obviously, they took advantage of it. But the last goal, they weren't out for it. That was, a little bit of Millsy and Berge behind the net, and then Cliffy not putting out a fire in front. So Marshy may be recovering lower. So these are things we point out. But I thought we had a good, solid defensive game today. They capitalized. But to get to your point, yes. I mean, if they go from playing 16 minutes to 22 minutes, we expect to be a successful team. Then yeah, they're going to have to be, I guess the ask for us when we go in as a coaching staff, don't do it too much. Just be a good, solid, consistent player. When you're playing that much anyway, you'll have opportunities throughout the game to maybe make a play or two that you wouldn't when you're playing less. Try to take advantage of those opportunities. Mentally prepare yourself to play those minutes. And by that is you got to put mistakes behind you because we're relying on you to go back out there. Some guys step into that spotlight and love it and run with it. Other guys, it takes a little longer. So I think they've been good for us, good and solid all year. Now with these other injuries accumulating, then we're going to need a little bit more, whoever goes in there. And that's just the way it is right now. But I think we win and lose as a team, and that's the ask generally for the group is understand where we are with the back end, and let's all pull together a little more up front to help them along.
Last one, Dan Roach.
Hey, Bruce, just kind of following that up, what's the challenge of just, having the injuries, but also just, okay, let's fix our mistakes, but quickly moving on again, like you guys are doing tomorrow night. You know what I mean? From a coaching staff perspective.
Well, there'll be a lot less of, you can't listen, sometimes coaches, it's minutes, right? Every player, that's the one hammer you have is minutes. So we'll sit them down for a bit or a game or whatnot. We don't have that luxury right now. They're just gonna have to play through it. It is what it is. I thought, like I said, Losey got better as the game went on. I had another unfortunate ozone blue line where stick breaks this time and they come back at us, and a little late moving a puck early that his partner, and that's what you also expect, helped him out by breaking up a play. So just get through those moments quicker. Try not to do too much and keep it simple. Get the puck into our forwards' hands. Understand that right now that's the strength of our team in terms of guys that have been in the league longer. So let them be the ones making the plays. And that's it. They're back at it tomorrow. I think that's an advantage too. Sometimes you don't have to think about your games too long as young guys. Get back at it. They should be fresh, should have good energy. It will be our 5th game this week. It'll be tough ass tomorrow, but some other guys will be going into the lineup, whether it's Tenorti or a Sean if need be. We'll have to talk about that, who's available tomorrow, and those guys get their opportunity. And that's I guess the glass half full side of it is other guys get an opportunity to go in and help us win.